Morning, students. Today I am again here with the same exercise we discussed in the previous class, and we have already discussed it up to the question number 10, right? And today we are going to start the discussion from question number 11, right? Okay. So without wasting time, we are going to discuss it again. Now see question number 11. In a bisexual flower, in spite of the young stamen being removed artificially, the flower produce fruit. Okay, provide a suitable explanation for the above situation. Okay, so we all know about that कि a bisexual flower has both male as well as female, both the organ. It means suppose this is a flower, so it will contain, this is stigma and this is totally rough diagram, and these are the anther, right? ये तो हो गया बीच का female part, and the outer side, this word is of male reproductive part. तो this flower have both the organ in it. This is called bisexual, और जिसमें केवल एक ही organ होता है, either male or female, that is called the unisexual flower. Okay. तो इन द क्वेश्चन इट इज गिवन कि इन द यंग स्टेज द स्टेमन या स्टेमन जो है वो रिमूव कर दिया गया. तो इफ वी रिमूव द स्टेमन, सपोज दीज आर रिमूव्ड, then in that case what will happen? This middle part, which is the female reproductive part or called the ovary, obviously it is again here it is present, this portion is present, this portion is present, and this is the portion which convert into the fruit. जो बाद में fruit बनाता है वो है ovary. तो obviously because pistil is intact, therefore cross pollination can occur and this will convert into the fruit, right? Okay, now next question. I hope you got it. Now next is differentiate between the unisexual and bisexual flowers and give one example of each. Okay, as we have already discussed this in the previous question, अभी अभी discuss किया था कि a flower which have only one sex, either male or female, it means या तो उसमें एंथर होंगे या फिर केवल ओवरी वाला पार्ट होगा, पिस्टल होगा, है ना? तो such type of flower is called unisexual, and which have the both part, that is called the bisexual flower. So there are so many example of the unisexual and bisexual flower. If we talk about the unisexual, then the example is papaya, and the second is watermelon. Yes, watermelon is also one of the example. And if we talk about the bisexual flower, तो bisexual flower में so many are there, rose, lily, mustard, so many are there, right? You can give other example also. Now next question. List two reasons for the appearance of variation among the progeny found by sexual reproduction. Okay. Then variation occur in the sexual reproduction due to the some reason. The main reason are: number one, asexual reproduction result in new combination of the gene. Every time new combination is formed, and due to the new combination, we can write down it, new combinations are formed due to the fusion of the male and female gamete, DNA of both the parents, and the combination of the two sets of the chromosome, one between the homologous chromosome arm and from each parent during the zygote formation leads to the variation in the species, है ना? ये एक पर्टिकुलर स्टेज है, ये आप अभी हायर क्लासेस में पढ़ोगे, तो उस स्टेज में क्या होता है, the some portion of the female या chromosome which is coming from the one parent और जो दूसरे से आ रहा है, दोनों के कुछ पोर्शन आपस में इंटरचेंज हो जाते हैं. दिस इज द कॉज ऑफ वेरिएशन. एवरी टाइम द न्यू रेशो में वो एक्सचेंज होता है. ऐसा कुछ फिक्स नहीं है कि जितना पोर्शन अभी एक्सचेंज हुआ है अगली बार भी उतना ही होगा, ठीक है? तो ऐसा तो होता नहीं है. तो हर बार न्यू रेशो होता है, इसलिए एवरी टाइम न्यू कॉम्बिनेशंस आर फॉर्म्ड. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज दिस डायग्राम इज गिवन हियर, A, B, C, D. Okay, I think you have to label, name the part marked as A in the diagram. So we all know A is the, what is this? Pollen grain. A is pollen grain, right? And if we talk this one, this is B portion is stigma, right? And if we see the C is representing this one portion, है ना? So this is pollen tube, right? And the next part we all know about this. This is a female egg, है ना? Female germ cell, or we can say germ cell or egg, right? This is we have completed this. Now next is, how does A reaches part B? The question is, how does A reaches part B? So we know A is pollen grain and B is pollen tube. Okay, the pollen tube takes its uh, this originate from here, है ना? This originate from the pollen grain. It grows through the style. This is the style portion and reaches to the micropyle. This portion is called micropyle and inside ovule, या ये पूरा ovule है अंदर, इसके अंदर female egg है, right? Now next question. State the importance of part C. So what is part C? Okay. Just wait. Okay, once again see the question number B. इसने इसमें केवल इतना पूछा था कि pollen grain part B तक कैसे पहुंचते हैं. तो we know about the process of pollination. Due to the process of pollination, they can move. They reaches up to the part. Sorry, अभी ऊपर ले जाना पड़ेगा इसको. Okay. पॉलिनेशन की प्रोसेस से ये स्टिग्मा तक पहुंचते हैं, राइट? एंड पॉलिनेशन टेक्स प्लेस ड्यू टू द एजेंट्स एज द इंसेक्ट, इट मे बी द अदर एनिमल, इट मे बी द वाटर, एयर, है ना? सो मेनी रीजंस आर देयर. ड्यू टू दिस प्रोसेस दे रीचेस हेयर. एंड द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इट इज आस्क्ड टू यू, sorry. Now see the next question. State the importance of part C. So this is part C, which is called pollen tube. This pollen tube is responsible for carrying the male gamete to the inside the ovule to the egg, right? तो यही मेल गैमीट को यहाँ तक पहुंचाने के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल रहता है. दिस विल बी द आंसर, राइट? तो पहले शायद मैं थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज हो गई क्वेश्चन में. चलो नेक्स्ट. What happened to the part marked as D? तो what we said कि D इन्होंने क्या दिखाया है? D is shown you as egg, female egg. So female egg after fertilization that convert into the embryo, or we can say seed, है ना? Seed inside have the growing embryo which will give rise to the new plant. Okay. Now next question. Draw a diagram showing the germination of the pollens on the stigma of a flower and mark on it the following organs or part. So this we can do with the help of the same question is given here. ये बना ही हुआ है तो ऐसा ही कुछ आप भी बना लेंगे, है ना? And you will mention pollen grain, stigma, pollen tube and female germ cell, right? State the significance of pollen tube. The same question is there. Say pollen tube is responsible to carry the male gamete to the female gamete inside the ovule. Name the part of the flower that develop after the fertilization to the seed. So which part will grow into the seed? So egg, fertilized egg that will grow into the seed or embryo. And fruit is formed with the matured ovary. This ovary, this wall that converts into the fruit, whatever shape is there, and inside the seed is formed. Seed may be one or seed may be many also, right? Now next, why cannot fertilization takes place in flower if pollination does not occur? If pollination does not occur. Okay. Pollination is the starting of this process. When the male gamete and female gamete they will fuse together, then only fertilization takes place. But male gamete को female gamete तक कौन पहुंचाता है? It is a process which is called pollination, right? Due to the pollination, this is the stigma, ये नीचे ovary हो जाएगी. pollens यहाँ पहुंचते हैं, then pollen tube is formed and यहाँ से male gamete that reaches to the lower part where egg is present. If pollination will not take place, then obviously यहाँ पे fertilization नहीं होगा, and in the absence of the fertilization, further process will not take place. It means DNA, half DNA यहाँ है, half DNA is inside the egg. अगर ये फ्यूज ही नहीं होंगे तो ऑब्वियसली द जेनेटिक मटेरियल विल नॉट बी कंप्लीटेड एंड फिर फर्दर प्रोसेस विल नॉट टेक प्लेस, राइट. तो फर्टिलाइजेशन के एब्सेंस में पॉलिनेशन नहीं होगा तो फर्टिलाइजेशन नहीं होगा एंड द फर्दर प्रोसेस विल नॉट टेक प्लेस. हाउ आर जनरल ग्रोथ एंड सेक्सुअल मैच्योरेशन different from each other? General growth, okay. Now we all know general growth means it is a process to increase in the height, right. In this process one may increase in height, है ना. Weight gain maybe takes place, size of the body will increase, shape of the body थोड़ी सी change हो जाती है. During this phase the reproductive organ develop at slow rate, right. And during sexual maturation the change that occur prepare the body for the sexual reproduction. It means sexual organs they become developed and they start producing gametes, and now the body becomes ready for reproduction, right. So this is the difference, and special characters are there as the, if we talk about the boys, and cracking of the boys due to the enlargement of the due to the Adam's apple, growth of the Adam's apple, right. And hair pattern on the whole body, or especially on the face also. Same in the female also, there are so many changes which takes place in the body, as the development of the breast and hip region that become wide, and voice become more we can say कैसे अच्छी हो जाती है ना, सॉफ्ट हो जाती है. तो these are the some changes we you all know about these are the secondary sexual characters, है ना, जिनको हम क्या कहते हैं, secondary sexual characters. वो डेवलप हो जाते हैं तो that is called the reproductive maturation है. Sexual maturation वो starting हो जाती है, और फिर when a girl or a boy is ready to become a mother and father, then that is the sexual maturation. तो both are the different things. Now next question, draw the human female reproductive system and label the following part. So obviously you know about it, you can draw it, है ना, like this you will draw. This is a pear shaped organ, okay. This is a rough diagram, right. Okay, here ovaries are present, right. तो ये हो गई आपकी ovary, and this is the fallopian tube, and this one portion is called uterus, right. And this one is vagina, sorry, cervix. This portion is called cervix, and this opening is called vagina. So you can label the following parts also, and the parts which are especially asked here, which organ produce ovum. So you all know what is the answer, ovary. Then second is, where does fertilization takes place. So fertilization always takes place in the oviduct, or you can say it fallopian tube. Fallopian tube. The next is, where does implantation of the embryo takes place. So implantation of the embryo takes place, this one, this ये जो यहाँ पे broader सा part बना था ना, sorry, once again I can draw it like this, and this portion, this is the uterus. यानी uterus की wall पे चारों ओर कहीं पे भी अपने को implant कर सकता है, right. तो this was the whole about this, है ना, on the thick lining of uterus. कहीं पे भी wall का कोई भी site हो सकता है here. Now next question, one more question is there. A newly married couple wants to convince as quickly as possible. Okay. What is the first sign of pregnancy shown by the woman? Okay. It is the first sign is absence of menstrual cycle. This is the first sign which may be the which shows that woman may be pregnant, right. Okay, now this will be the last question for today. What changes are observed in the uterus if fertilization does not occur? So if egg is not fertilized, if egg fertilized, then obviously the growth of that egg will takes place, for the process will be there. And if it is not fertilized, then what will happen? It lives for about 1 day, and since the ovary release one egg after every month, the uterus also prepare itself every month to receive the fertilized egg, and its lining becomes thick and spongy, which is required for the nourishing the embryo. And this whole preparation is done for the embryo, right? But if it is not takes place, egg doesn't fertilize, then what happened? This lining, now it is not needed, then this all will shed off, you know. That egg will also rupture, and the all the preparation that is now, अब इसकी कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, then the lining will also be shed off, and this will take 2 to 8 days, right? So this is called menstrual cycle that will take place. Okay, now these are I think we have discussed many questions, and this is enough for today. Next we will discuss later. Bye and have a nice day.